All right, so we're inside the car. We need to install this smart access bypass cable. This is needed for anything that is 2018 or newer. So I'm in a Challenger, so we actually need to remove this bezel here, and then we need to unscrew the Uconnect screen, and then the module actually sits like this behind the dash. So what I found best is to actually take a 1/4 inch deep socket, and I'll show you when I get there, and basically work your hand on the bolt, and you can actually unthread it by hand because they're not on that tight most of the time. Sometimes I will get in there with a socket, so it's kind of challenging. That's usually the easiest way I found. Some people remove all of the components of the center console. That's not really needed. So right away we're gonna get through it. I'm gonna take just a simple plastic pry tool, and I'm just gonna work my way around the dash. I usually start with the corners, just nice and easy. You don't want to break any tabs, so if you feel a lot of resistance, just move on to a different spot. So just be nice and gentle with it. You'll hear the snapping, so I know you can hear all that. So I mean, I'm literally doing this with one hand, so it's not that hard. So if you're finding a lot of resistance, you're probably breaking a tab. So there you go. And then over here, same thing. You want to be careful of this area here because this is a separate piece. So I usually try to get this area and the clip that's here and here first, and then wiggle this out with both my hands so I don't break the tabs for this guy here. It also helps if you move the steering wheel down, but of course I unplugged the battery before I did it, so just work with what I got. Now that the bezel's out of the way, it's just a simple 4 screws here, Phillips, or like I said, I believe it's a 1/4 inch. I like to use my drill bit just because it's magnetic. I don't have to worry about dropping the bolts, so they're not on there very tight. You can also just use a regular screwdriver as well. I just like to use the power tools. It just goes faster, so saves me time. Can do it literally just one-handed, as you can see. Not very good. There you go. So that's all of them, and then you can just pull this out. Some cars have a purple wire or pink, whatever you want to call it. It's that purple, that pinkish one right there. So what I do is I remove that one just because it gives you a lot more space to work with because it's the shortest wire. So if you just simply can get a pinch on it and remove it, you get a lot more room to work with. Just pull this up and out, nice and easy. And the module you're looking for is right there, that box in the center. And the cable that we want, or the wire, is the one on the right that has like the yellow whitish tab down there. So you can see the screw locations. There's one on the left, and then there's 2 right there on the right. So those are the 3 screws in total you need. What I found, like I said, easiest to do is I take where is it? I have a deep 1/4 inch, and I'll just, all by feels because you can't really see. And I was already in here when I did the PCM read to unlock the car. So I actually left them half a turn loose, so it would be a lot easier for me to unscrew them when I came in to do the tuning, which it is. So I already have 1 screw, just trying to get so I don't drop it. So there it is. And it's actually identical screws to what holds in the Uconnect as well. So I literally just get down there, I feel for the head of the screw, and I'm just able to do like half a turn with the socket, and then you're able to get the rest by hand. If you're not, then you just have to keep going back and forth until you can get it out just enough to where you can maneuver it without needing a socket. It's a very tight squeeze, so if you have smaller hands, it'd be easier for you. My hands are on the larger side, so it's a little more challenging. So I'm almost done with the second bolt, so I'll check back in when I'm all done. All right, so we're about 30 seconds later. This is the module that you need to pull out. The reason why I pull it out is because it's just so much easier to grab this connection. So you see, I was able to do it with one hand. So this is it right here. This is what we need to unplug. And we're basically just gonna plug in our smart access cable, and then plug the other end back into the security module. Let's see, can I completely do this with one hand? Ooh. All right, awesome. So I was able to do it all one-handed, so it shouldn't be too hard for any of you trying to do this at home. And then what I do is, since I'm going to be actively tuning, I'm actually going to leave the bezel off, and I'm just going to put one screw in this module so that it holds it in place. That way, so when I'm done on the dyno, I can quickly get the cable out and put everything back together. That way, so it looks like as if I didn't touch the car. But that was the install on a smart access bypass cable on a 2018 or newer Challenger. If you're looking for the Charger version, just check my channel. I've got it on there as well. So see you on the dyno.